Tusk or Naga, one of these two will be support. Maybe both, which is an awkward support duo.
I think it's going to be offlane Tusk, and then
Okay.
just support Naga with this last hero going to be a support as well.
Okay.
Because Naga Tusk support combo is kind of weird. They're both melee. I guess Naga's really, really fast, so her being melee is not like the biggest deal in the world. Also, Tusk being melee is not the biggest deal because he's essentially a ranged hero with both a close gapping ice shards and a close gapping snowball too. But that being said, they are still melee at the end of the day, and I suspect it'll be like probably Bone 7 taking Tusk.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you did say No-Tail plays it a lot too, so I don't know.
He's played it twice at least with Secret. It didn't really work out, unfortunately, but
10 seconds.
everyone's calling me a 3K Viper picker now. You're not wrong.
5 seconds.
Technically 4K, but that's fine. I deserve it. He's not a fun hero to watch, I don't think, but he's a fun hero to just kill scrubs with. I'll put it that way. So they will. Cloud9 goes for it, by the way. They know about the scrub killer.
They go for the scrub killer Viper.
That's right.
It's a pretty good hero against. I mean, here's the thing about Viper. If you have a really good time in the beginning, it's very fun. Like as a team and as a player, you just have a lot of fun. But if you die, like if you're a mid Viper, for instance, and I don't think he's going to be mid. But if you're a mid Viper and you get ganked a couple times before you get your mech, it's just a miserable, miserable time. They should go with the last pick PL, which was really popular at MLG. It's pretty good. I considering the fact that I don't think it's going to be a core Naga Siren, it's pretty good. It's good against Viper, who has absolutely no AoE other than his corrosive skin, which isn't too impressive.
Last pick coming up for Cloud9. Oh, I want to see what they're going to go for here. The Phantom Lights for Mousesports, the last pick for them, which is definitely interesting.
10 seconds remaining.
So what? Let's see. Quick from mid distract. Lane. I feel like every time Bulba plays, Bristleback is an awful time. At least every time I'm seeing it do it in Dota Pit. It's just not been great. And I think you're right about this. Enigma is going to be the secondary support, Naga Siren the primary support, as Tusk will be the offlaner, more than likely coming out for Cloud9. Fly is going to be playing the Naga, so there it is, and that role will be Bone 7 playing the Tusk then, and that leaves, of course, No-Tail on the Enigma. So you called it pretty cut and dry here. Envy playing the Viper. That's interesting. I was saying how I don't really see him play these aggressive style of carries, but he played Racer in the last game, and now he's playing Viper this game, so he's changing it up a little bit, at least from what I've seen.
I'm interested to see how this Viper Naga lane does. Honestly, on paper, it sounds really scary. Because Naga's really, really fast. She can do lots of auto attacks, and she can actually zone out herself with Riptide plus auto attacks. It's a ton of damage. And then you throw into the mix once she gets level 2 for Ensnare, and then Viper can do some slowing with his orb as well. It actually is a pretty scary dual lane on paper. Now that's assuming it is going to be just a lowly offlane Bristleback, but Mouse do have they can go tri-lane aggressively with Bristle. They can go tri-lane aggressively with Phantom Lancer and put even Bristle top against the Tusk, which actually could work out. So they have a lot of different options.
I think I would like to see the PL alone and then have an aggro trial with Bulba Way 2 and Pilot Eye.
I think PL would get punished. That's the only thing about that. I think that Tusk is an extremely strong 1v1 hero, which people are starting to realize. He's got a lot of very low mana cost spells. Ice Shards was reduced, I think, by 30 mana in the most recent patch. So he can spam it out a lot. Goes for a Mango now, too. So I think I don't know. They're actually they're gonna smoke up level 1. Go for a kill.
They've drawn the line directly towards that bottom jungle area, and they want to get something going here. And they couldn't certainly do that. Enigma is not useless at level 1, but about as close as you can get to it, so...
He's pretty awful.
Yeah, it's not great.
Leveling up your Malefice is...
Even that is... It's not great.
Yeah, it's an awful spell at level 1.
Yeah, level 2 is really where it comes into its own, and you're obviously going to want to go Eidolons instead. Envy is going to spot things out. He's actually going to get disrupted, and they're looking for a stun, but there's the snowball coming in. Beautifully timed by Bone 7. Raised up, Riptide comes out as well. Black in trouble. Last couple of right clicks, they won't get the job done. Now, No-Tail getting turned on. That'll be the first blood for Bulba. Koifa getting low as well. Split Earth on to 3. Spirit Lance goes. They get the kill on the Shadow Fiend. Fly getting low. Bulba's going to fall. Gets denied. No, he did go down. I thought there was a deny coming out now. Snowball coming through. Double kill for Envy. 3 down on both sides. Envy getting the better end of the trades for the most part. Tough to see who comes out ahead. Way 2 and Bone 7 going toe-to-toe. Now Envy getting caught up. They have disruption. They'll use it. No hero is down here. Shadow Wave isn't able to block in. Not quite there, but Envy's slowed up. Can't quite get out. Last right click from Pylai. Envy gets his way through the tree line. Will eat his way through again with the last right click. They had a ward there. They had vision, and it ends up being a 4-for-3 trade. A goddamn bloodbath in the bottom jungle. That's all I could say about that.
7 kills before the creeps reach their respective lanes. Very, very crazy start. It's hard to tell who really came out on top.
Yeah,
Envy did get 2 kills though, which is really nice for him. And it is going to be Bristleback top. I love this lane here coming up from Mouse. I think this is really smart. Pilot Eye taking a ton of damage. You see this? This poor man's shield plus the Riptide damage. Pilot Eye taking tons of damage. He actually might. Okay, no. Here comes Dazzle.
And they're going to start Shadow Poisoning, and Fly's getting chased. And they have Disruption. No, he's actually out of mana. 3 stacks of the Poison won't do enough at level 1. 4 stacks won't do enough. Won't get the kill, but it'll get. Close. Does a lot of damage though.
And they managed to block out just 1 camp, so it's not like Enigma's going to be hurt too badly. He did die at the beginning, which sucks, but he's fine. He's taking 1 camp, he's taking a second one. Going to be level 3 shortly.
And No Tail did go down. First Blood was... I can't even see now at this point. I forget. I think Mousesports got the First Blood, then they lost Koikfa. And they gave Envy that double kill, but they did end up getting the First Blood. I'm not sure on to who. They also killed Botza, which isn't... I mean, even if he's level... Like, he didn't have any Necromaster stack, so it's not that bad. Black is having an okay time, and it's actually 5-5 now in terms of CS. Black not really spamming at his Lightning Storm. Top lane, Bone 7 and Bulba going toe-to-toe. So it's exactly... Not exactly how we thought. It's a dual lane bottom with Koikfa and Way 2. Pilot Zorminu is going to throw...
Smoke mid.
Oh, he's actually going to go for a disruption here. Bots might be in trouble. Looks like he will be. TP is not really going to be there. Shadow Poison's got to come in. Third time, beautifully blocked by Pylai. Lightning Storm, and it is going to be Black getting a kill. And nice play from there from Mousesports. And yeah, I was away from my mic for a second.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Shadow Fiend actually bought back, by the way. That
had to have been a misclick.
Yeah, it was a mistake. A mistake. Definitely a misclick for sure.
Yeah, sometimes if you're running and you're like clicking downwards, which he was, I think. No, I think he was actually attacking, but if your mouse is near your buyback button, you can accidentally hit it. It's happened to me, I think, twice before.
Yeah, I've done
Oh no, he's getting actually... If he dies here...
Oh, Split Lightning Storm, and they had full catch as well. Another pretty big kill, and that's huge. The fact that Foth is getting shut down and the fact that he bought back as well is so detrimental. Again, he's a Shadow Fiend, so even with all of these mistakes and all of these deaths, he will still be able to come back. So he can get some creep. But the thing is, they have an Enigma in the jungle, though.
Yeah, his jungle's occupied, so it's a really bad game for him. And that's got to be the earliest dieback recorded, right?
I
2.5 minute dieback.
Yeah, it's something we see too often.
Ouch, to say the least. I think Soul Ring is coming up here for Enigma.
It's had a pretty good jungle. Does have 1 camp warded up, of course, but...
Oh, so close there. Pilot, I almost got the poison to kill off the Eidolon, but they split right at the last second. That would have been huge. There is a late ward here coming out to block this camp he's about to kill.
I will not spawn after he kills it here. That's a pretty good play coming up from Pilot. He's really being annoying. He's already level 3 too. He's done a really good job of being a nuisance. Speaking of being a nuisance, Envy is playing a Viper. He's setting up 14 last hits despite being up against a dual lane. He's actually doing pretty well for himself. Koikfa has 1 less CS than he does. Envy is solo experience, so he's a full level ahead. And he's going for 2 points of poison attack. Not maxing corrosive just yet, but it might rotate into that skill build pretty soon. We'll see.
Fly trying to get this bottom rune. He actually picks up the bounty.
There's Brave on way 3. There's the images coming out. The Night Pulse, Pilot Eye in trouble. Shadow Poison will go through. Brave is up and ready to go for waiting. He's going to use it, and Fly will end up falling here. He realizes he's in trouble. Tries to juke towards the north, won't make it out, and it's actually going to be the Shadow Demon to get the kill. Really solid play, and Way 2 is on the ball, it looks like, early on here with these Shadow Waves and Shallow Graves as well.
Yep. And Big Daddy No Tail, he does know. This is the 5th recorded support Naga in 25 games. Only saw Naga at 11%. Okay, so not picked up much. No Tail, he's going to hit level 5 now. So, not having the bad jungle at all, honestly. Considering 2 of his camps were blocked, he did deward 1 of them. So, that's good. It's really hard to fully shut down a jungler. Like, you have to commit a ton to really fully shut them down, but even if you do that, Enigma's the best because he can go to the off lane, he can help out in other lanes. He has a very, very good stun. It's not the greatest at level 1, but it is level 2 now. He actually put a second point into it. He went 2-2-1.
Not a build we see too often, because you want that extra point demonic conversions, that level 3 Eidolon. Generally what we see, I think. Alright, well, I'm down with it. And he's going to have Black Hole pretty soon. It won't be that 4.5 minute level 6 that we see so often, but he's still going to have a level 6 here in just a couple moments. His boots aren't there yet, so he's a bit slow. Envy is taking Spirit Lance damage. Level 2 Corrosive Skin's up. Way 2 just takes so much damage from the poison attack. Again, you have to be effective with Viper early on, otherwise, later on down the road, it's just the hero doesn't do anything past 35 minutes and 40 minutes into the game, so. Envy knows that he has to be aggressive early on here. He's done a really good job already in lane, not really getting any kills. You got the double kill to start the game off with. They're going to go on him, though, instead. Disruption's going to go. They don't have Split Earth. There's the Viper Strike coming in. He just gets blown up. There's that heal bomb, but here comes Bone 7. Walrus Punch and the Ice Shards coming. They take down 2. That's definitely a trade that's worth it. Nice dodge of the ensnare with Koikla's Doppelganger coming in. So he does avoid dying, but it's a 2-for-1 trade that definitely benefits Cloud9 in the end, as Bone 7 with a nice TP rotation.
Yeah, really nice rotation. Unfortunately, I think Viper thought he was a bit more tanky than he really was, because he just died so fast. If he's able to live for a little bit longer, he maybe gets saved by the snowball. Probably dies after that anyway, though. But, yeah, nonetheless. Viper, he TP's top. He's in the lane against Bulba. And actually, Enigma's going to TP to the tier 2 alongside the Naga. They're going to smoke up and use a black hole for this.
Yeah, this could be a pretty big kill. Bulba's been left uncontested. He's got 34 last hits, second most of the game, only behind the Enigma, of course, which is just jungle for the most part. Envy doesn't have Viper Strike. They're going to smoke it. They're going to wrap all the way around. They're not going to head through the lane.
Yeah, this is really unpredictable because he just TP'd top. You would not expect 2 additional heroes to TP to tier 2 to use this much time to do this, so I don't think Bulba has an idea.
No, but he's backing up. He's playing this pretty safe for the time being. He is going to walk right into the jungle, maybe. Flies here with Ensnare. They're going to walk through, and they see him completely. Ensnare's going to go through first and foremost. There's the Midnight Pulse. They have Black Hole. He's about to use it. Okay, he just used the edge of it. That was a bit sketchy.
His back is turned.
Yeah, he's not taking that much damage. He gets the kill. He gets the kill on a no-tail in the end. But now midway, they're diving onto the Shadow Fiend. They'll get the kill. Pilot Eye, there was a Haze Rune on Black as well, which helps him secure the kill. Turns into a 2-for-1, and that was okay for Bulba. I mean, he expends Black Hole, and he gets a kill in the process before he dies. That's pretty big.
Way 2 is TPing up there, and he canceled his port. I don't know if... Maybe the Snowball canceled it or something.
Maybe. Highlight Eye low. Snowball's coming in. He has to avoid it. It's going to hit onto Black instead. Pulse Nova in the last right click. Shadow Poison. No, it's the Lightning Storm that gets the kill. That's big.
That was really big. Now Black is up with that 1100 gold now too. Yeah, I didn't see bottom, but way 2, he was starting to port up there, and that would have been massive. I think Bulba 100% would have lived and got an additional kill.
Yeah.
Ulti coming on in Bulba, but he's very, very tanky. Yeah, that Black Hole was just way too late.
Yeah, he waited a long time. He was not ready for him in the jungle. And Snare came out, I think, and then Black Hole at the edge. Barely caught him. And Fly even backed up. Fly was like, you're not getting this. But he did get it and got the kill, but he exchanges his life for it. Black, like you mentioned, was sitting at 1100 gold. Goes for the immediate point booster, which I imagine to be a Bloodstone later on down the road. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be building a Bloodstone.
Alright, well, where are we at right now, net worth-wise? It's 2,000 lead for Mousesports, which is not super surprising with how this game's gone. I don't think Cloud9 should panic, but they definitely should start thinking about pushing, maybe getting Viper as mech at some point and then going from there. He has a Wraith Band and a Bracer. Oh, actually, it's going to be the mech purchased by No-Tail, probably, but it's going to take a while for that to actually happen. I mean, Cloud9 don't have the late game. I mean, they have a Shadow Fiend for sure, but...
Well, it's hard to argue, really, who has the late game, to be honest. Like, if it really comes down to it, if Naga starts getting good kills and good farm, like, she can transition. Tuskar is actually a beast late game in this kind of position, because he's not like a real true core. They already have potentially 3 cores, maybe even 4 with the Enigma, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't think they actually have too much trouble getting late game. PL will be a problem, but his farm is relatively low right now.
I think the biggest issue is Lesh, honestly, with where he's at now. And don't get me wrong, I think Lesh is strong, but in the late game, he's also a beast as well.
Yeah,
Dyer's top
They can blow
tower
him
is
up.
under
It's just going to be a
attack.
matter of can Dazzle or STB around to save him till he gets off like his BKB or whatever it is.
It's a BKB type of game for Black, for Shrek. And it almost always is, I feel like.
I mean, he won't want to get it early though, but yes,
No.
eventually he probably will need it.
Bloodstone, maybe another item in between then, and then pick up your BKB and go from there. I'm fine with that. Late game, Octarine Core, obviously, but we don't even need to talk about that yet. That's a little too late game for us. Because we're still worrying about 10 minutes in, and who's going to get a black hole on a solo kill? Is Fly going to get the snare off? They have a song. Requiem is getting canceled by Fatsa. I'm not sure if he walked up too far to be spotted by the tower. I don't think so. Gonna go ahead and throw a Sentry Ward down. They have an Observer Ward here, and they're going to just counter it quickly. Not sure if that spotted anything out, but Black with really good placement, making sure they doesn't get caught out. And while this is happening, tier 1 tower top is being pushed in. Now there's going to be Viscous Fizz go on to Envy. TP's going to come in Viper Strike. Bulba's a little too far away. And Walrus Punch is going to come through. Bulba could try to TP. The Close Spray's going in. They have the Shell Grave. They need to use it. They get it off. Bulba will stay alive for the time being. They're going to go on way too instead. Bulba not going to be able to get a single kill here. Dives way too deep. And the tower will probably be taken by Fatsa as well. It's denied. Nice play. So big turn here for Cloud9. That's a huge chain of events.
Yeah, nice snowball there from Bone 7. He actually went for the Dazzle instead because he knew that the Grave was going to come out onto the Bristle. So good decision making there. Space created, so to speak, though, for mid. As the mid tower will go down. Pi gets the last hit, so that's good for him. He needs to. Oh, he didn't use the disruption. And then, oh god, just a freebie kill there for Bone 7.
Yeah.
So Pilot Dive feeds off a free one, unfortunately.
Hey, at least got the tower gold. Quakefoot's pushing bottom. TP's could come in for this tier 1. I think some people have it. TP in from Fly. Dong could go if he wants to. He might just hold on to this. Might even ensnare. Nice, gotta get Spirit Lands for good measure. They're walking in. There's a Radiant Observer Ward, so Fly knows that Bulba's nearby, and he's gonna walk back underneath the tower. They just want this. They're gonna doppelganger it up and go for the tower at this point.
They have any other TPs? Fox is cooling down right now. Viper has a TP.
No Tail has it.
I know they're giving this up, it looks like.
They're putting a lot of pressure on this tier 2 tower top, though. This is some decent damage coming in from Fata. Pilot will walk in. Got a lot of gold. Blink Dagger now done for Bone 7. I've talked about this so often before, but Snowball really is an AoE disruption. Now with a Blink Dagger, the ability to save your teammates is phenomenal. Fata get caught out. Demonic Purge comes in. No Tails nearby as well with Black Hole, even Midnight Pulse and Malefice. Black has a haste rune that he just popped. Split Earth is available. He misses. No Tail might be able to just TP, and he will. Black could have chased him.
A little unfortunate there. Yeah, the blink. This is a really, really early Blink Dagger, considering Tusk also has Arcanes on top of that.
Yeah.
It's very good for obvious reasons. I've been seeing a lot more when I've been playing with and against Tusk. It's like them going for like Arcanes into Mech, and then eventually Greaves, and then a Solar Crest sometime, sometime in between there. I love the Blink, don't get me wrong, but I've been seeing a lot of variations of builds here for Tusk.
Like, they have like 4 mech carriers. Like, Nog's the only one that you wouldn't see mech normally, and it's going to be Fox this time building the mech for the Shadow Fiend, which I think is a very good choice. Has it already pretty much, and then that frees up Viper, that frees up Envy to go for a drum, or even an Aghanim Scepter. He does pick up the drum, however. And you won't really see this too often, but it looks like a BKB rush for No Tail as well.
BKB, yeah. Yeah, there's no way to cancel it, I don't think. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. So it'll be a free black hole if he does get that Blink BKB. Whenever you see the enemy team, if you're like, all right, do they have any way to cancel it through or pierce my magic immunity with a stun? If the answer is no, I think Blink BKB is almost always the best build.
Does Break cancel it? Will the Break go through Demonic Purge? Because I know Demonic Purge goes through BKB, and then Break.
It's not going to stun him.
Oh, Break is only for passives. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm losing it, man. I thought it just was a complete silence. But no, that's not the case. Break will not do anything to it. Oh, forget I even asked the question. They're going for the tier 1 tower bottom. Fata's mech is about 50 gold for being completed. There it is. It's done now. And Mousesports had a great start, but Cloud9 are doing exactly what they need to stay in this game and keep putting pressure in. And they're even going to go for a tier 2 bottom as Quakefoot is going for the tier 2 top. Song's going to go, the mass TP. And they might just black hole this. Yeah, there it goes. Black hole. Snowball comes out. Triple raise from Fata. Easiest kill of their life. Nice play.
Yep, Trop was right. Love it.
Radiant's
Only
middle
20%
tower
of
is
Tusk
under
have gotten
attack.
Blink as a... Yeah, it seems like it's such a good item on paper, but I've been seeing a lot more variants of builds. A lot more different things. I will tell you, though, I think that Solar Crest is like a fantastic item for Tusk, and I expect him to probably get that next.
Seems like an all-purpose kind of item. You can get on like any hero and be kind of fine with it. And especially in an offline situation where you already have a Blink Dagger. The one truly core item, probably.
It just kind of fits the theme of him, like, helping out his team.
Yeah.
Like, he can Blink, Snowball, save somebody, buff them up with the Solar Crest. He can throw a Sigil around them so everyone are fighting him, you know, has their attack slowed and whatnot.
Makes Fata a much more difficult target to bring down.
Or even the Viper, like just sieging with Viper attacking the tower with the Sigil around him.
Yeah.
Solar Crest onto him, it makes him a very, very impossible hero to kill.
Top tower is under attack.
There's a lot of physical damage coming up from Mousesports, however. There's a decent chunk of magical damage as well, but he doesn't really care about that. Black does have his Bloodstone. They're going to go for a very quick Roshan. They'll trade their 2/2 tower top for it. Although there is a glyph, they might just keep it back home with the Rosh dead. Yeah, that's going to be what they do. Fox is charging up the Requiem. Oh my god, Boba gets deleted. Fatsa just swags on him with the Requiem. Now Pilot Eye disrupts himself nicely and avoids it. Bone 7's going to try to TP away. Looks like he will make it out. Will they be able to get Fatsa in exchange? Black's just not that speedy, but there is the Demonic Purge. TP's not there for Fatsa. Split Earth will connect, and Fatsa, no mana to Mac here to use it, however. And Requiem secondarily does do a lot of damage to Black, but in the end it is a trade, a 1-for-1 there. Fatsa for Black. For Bobo, excuse me.
I didn't even see it. That's a really early Blink Dagger on Pi. It's very, very good farm for the Shadow Demon, having been 4, 2, and 6, being part of 10 out of 12 kills.
Yeah, he's been very effective.
Still buying wards too, so he's had a good game so far.
Yep. Huge. Wouldn't have gotten that kill without it, but he does.
Gotta say, the one crappy thing about Tusk is you see it as most of the time when he's going for engagements, he's actually putting auto cast on her as Walrus Punch. It used to be like an extra attack, so to speak, where you could like attack and then click it, and then it would be like an additional attack kind of. But now it's a part of your attack, and it takes forever to hit sometimes. If you don't have very fast attack speed, it can be kind of troublesome and annoying.
Which he doesn't. Let's be honest, he has Arcanes and a Glimmer Cape. He did go for the Glimmer Cape, by the way. He did not go for Medallion and Solar Crest, which, let's see if anyone else is going for that.
Glimmer's
not as
totally
of yet.
Yeah, Glimmer's totally fine against Lesh, though, so I like that.
Yeah. Big fan. Fatsa will get Spirit Lance. Koikba did go for Yasha to expedite his farm, which is not super surprising. But coming in, that thing is a damn nuisance. That Sigil is so good. It's actually such a good ability. I'm glad that it was changed over the course of the year and made to be better. So
I wish you could like customize your Sigil. It's like this one says Vici. What if you could have it say like, you know, something else?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Floating through the air. I don't know, Montips or something. Something dumb. I would definitely make it something dumb. But we're not at that level of cost. Source 2, dude. Source 2. That's when we're gonna see
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Edict on the tier 2 tower bottom is Black's going to work. They'll trade it for their tier 2, which is a very good trade because that tier 2 is going to die anyway. They could have denied it. I don't think they knew that. And it'll die.
Song coming up bottom. Mass TPs. Mass TPs every single hero.
No-Tail has his Black Hole available. He's looking for Bulba. He's going to find it as well. Black Lightning Storm's going to go in. Bulba's pretty tanky. He's going to get defensively disrupted. Black does have the Aegis. Pulse Nova going to work. No-Tail pops his BKB. Bulba gets graved up. There's the Aegis coming out. Bulba about to fall. They need to get a Shadow Wave on him. They need to earn him up and heal him. Black now back alive, but he's so damn squishy. Going to work on Envy. Envy's going to get Split Earth. Now Koikfa running in. Doppelganger ahead. Sigil is super great, though, and he's just going to get Walrus Punch in the air. Koikfa gets blown up by the rays. Turns into a 3 for 2. Now they're diving. They want this kill. Fatsa is low, but they won't go after him. They were looking for Bone 7 instead. And they'll take down the tier 2 tower. Was it denied? No. Wave 2 picked it up. They lost 2 heroes plus the Aegis. And they keep Bulba alive somehow. That was damn impressive. Pretty good fight from Mousesports overall, Trout.
I think it could have gone better for them, honestly. I was watching Way 2, and I feel like there was a lot of opportunities for him to keep spamming his heal, and I just never saw it come out.
Yeah.
It's a 6-second cooldown, and He could have healed the Leshrac when he came back, but he didn't get healed once. I think his focus was around the Bristleback, but he also missed a heal onto the Phantom Lancer when he got punched up in the air. What you have to do in situations like when they either get punched or like tossed, you have to like move your cursor up because their unit actually is changed, or their position is changed. So it can be a little bit difficult, but I think it went well for Mouz, of course. I think it could have gone a little bit better. Also, the Requiem was, I found it interesting that they were songing for a Black Hole and Requiem, but he like stood away from the Bristleback. So like his damage was minimized heavily for that.
He got a little gun shy, perhaps. He didn't want to get caught out of position, which I can completely understand. Crimson Guard. Not to mention 2k gold on top of that. So, from here on out, I am still very, very nervous for Cloud9 and how they're going to deal with not only Bulba, but Black, as well as Koikba. Speaking of Black, No Tail pops the BKB, he'll TP away, and he will make it out. That BKB, that's the second charge he's used, I believe. It's down to 8 seconds now.
Yep, and it looks like Black is going to go for the BKB now, which he's relatively close to. Just needs about 300 gold. I'm wondering how. Unfortunately, Fly's not getting any farm. I was like, what if he like starts to do that Chuan thing where he just literally doesn't buy any wards and takes all the farm? I saw that one game. It was hilarious. I was casting it for D2L, and he was so frustrated with his team. You could just see it, and he just didn't buy anything and just took all the farm. And he ended up carrying. He bought a Radiance and ended up carrying.
And win the game.
Yeah.
Who are they playing against?
It was another Chinese team. I forget. I think it was actually eHome at the time. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, not everybody can beat Chuan. Fly is still doing his due diligence here. He's going arcanes, heavy wards, you know, century smoke, have you. But as the game progresses later and later, you'd like to have that out to transition into a carry, because you look at what Koikba has. He's already just picked up his Diffuser Blade. There's the BKB as you were talking about for Black. Bulba has something flying out to him, Full Sange. That's something else as well, which could be SMY more than likely. Maybe a Halberd. Alright.
Well, Fly is getting a little bit of farm. I'm wondering what item he goes for. Oh, smoke. Bot's in a little bit of trouble from some illusions. Yeah, he actually has the BKB, he's forced to pop it.
Requiem gets cancelled, and that's that. He did lose a lot of mana from the Diffuser Blade from the illusions. So they force BKB, but they are getting smoked on. They counter smoke, but they do not have Bulba. Envy's going to walk right in. Song's available. The snare onto Black. Pulse Nova goes through. He's got BKB. He's going to use it. Aghanim Scepter, rather, Viper Strike, rather, is still doing work. It is gone now. More Shadow Poison being thrown. Link away. Do they have Black Hole? They do. I might need a Song here. Glimmer Cape comes out. They will Song. No Tail maybe looking to set up for Black Hole. Decides against it. Fox is like, I need to leave. Pilot Eye blinks forward. Fly will make it away just in time. Good Song. Saves his life. And turns into nothing. Nothing actually ends up happening. A couple of abilities expended.
Yeah, really nice Song there by Fly. Obviously it's a low. Actually, I think that was a level. Yeah, that was a level 2 Song. He just hit level 11. Yeah. So it's not going to have that ridiculously long cooldown of 180 seconds.
Still ain't 60 seconds, but yeah, what are you going to do? He'll be level 60 at some point in the future. Bulba's going to walk in the weave. They see Envy. He's going to TP away. Just barely.
He just TPs to the tier 3, and now he's walking back.
Yeah. Malphus up onto Bulba. He's taking all that frontline damage. Ice Shard's going to go in. Bulba's going to Viper Strike. And Snare, Black Hole. Good defensive disruption. Bulba is still caught in, however. Good splitter onto Fata. Fly now from the front line, taking a lot of damage. Requiem coming through just to do some damage reduction. Now they get the mech off as well. Fata turning this round. Bulba gets mech'd up. He can turn and try to fight this. And Snare comes in again. They need a Shadow Wave. They have to heal, and they can't. Now the Snowball coming in, quite backing away. BKB goes for Black. They use up the Lightning Storm as well as the Pulse Nova. Bone 7 might be the first casualty for Cloud9. It might be the only one, in fact. As Cloud9 might get turned on here. They will back away. That could have been a lot worse for Cloud9. That mech getting off. Really good positioning as well. Disruption comes in from Pilot Eye. Split Earth isn't going to connect there. They need to go for the tower instead. Doppelganger will go, and they'll clean this up in short order.
I think well played by Mouz as well. At the same time, though, they use their abilities really nice. Way 2 is a lot better with his healing and just his grave decisions. And Black, it was really close, and he actually got snowballed and used the BKB right before and just went total aggressive right at that point, which is what you have to do. Because you don't want to waste your BKB like that and just run away. You want to actually get something out of it. That's what he did. So he's back up to 7 charges.
That's 7 charges isn't that much, but at least it could be worse. He's got his plate mail for Shiva's Guard. I think Shiva's Guard probably. I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't go Lotus Orb, and AC on a Leshrac seems pretty comical. So.
Or you can go Lotus Orb and snowball him back, I think.
Ooh.
You can Viper Strike him back, you can Malefice them.
Anything else? And Snare.
Can Snare too.
That's about it, though. That's still some pretty good usage. But Shiva's Guard, probably the better item, at least for Leshrac in this game. What else? Blink was picked up for Fly. So he's got that in his stash. That's the item he was going for, that to answer your question. And Bulba is going for an SMY. Alright, so we've hit a pause.
Solar Crest picked up by Dazzle. So the supports this time for Mouse compared to last time, when they had the Wisp that had a 12-minute bottle that he bought in 0 minutes. This time they're a lot more farmed for their supports, and they're going to be a lot more useful. And these are supports that are useful from I can't talk. Any stage of the game.
Yes.
Shadow Demon's great with his Purge onto BKB targets. Way 2, the Grave is always relevant, as well as his ultimate. And then Solar Crest just gives him a new element of utility. And I think this is looking pretty good for Mouse.
I have to agree with you. They're looking like they might be able to tie this series up. Of course, it's still in limbo. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's been a while since we've had Dota Pit back, but I'm glad you guys are here. So, hope you all are having a fantastic day. I don't know what we're having. Why we're pausing, I should say.
The memes aren't dank enough.
Lag issues.
Something like that, who knows. Yeah, that's to Ellen Powell.
Oh boy. Did you know that she, on like, I don't know if you've ever visited our Punchable Faces?
No.
You haven't?
I haven't. No, I have not.
It just shows pictures, like for instance, Nancy Grace is the top post of all time. You know who that is?
I know who Nancy Grace is, yes.
Yeah, she's the top punchable face of all time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, anyway, the last, like, day, it was literally 40 posts of, like, 4,000 upvotes each of Ellen Powell. And then they all got removed to this morning.
It says private subreddit. Maybe I'm typing it wrong.
Oh, no, they probably just privated it. There's been a ton of subreddits going private now.
That's unfortunate. See, all those subreddits existed, and I knew I could go visit them if I wanted to, but now I don't have that option anymore. You know? Oh, well. What are you going to do? Yeah, well. Don't get me started. Torch was 3,000 gold, heading towards top lane. We're back into the game. He has 5 Diffusal charges, so he's been using it pretty liberally. I'm totally a fan of that. And then maybe buy Diffusal 2 later on down the road. Finishes up his Manta style next, probably goes for, what, a Scotty after that? That seems to be a good choice. There's other options, obviously. Yeah, his Manta. So already has the Manta. Just bought it. Actually, no, he needs the Ultimate Orb. Just kidding. There it is. Alright. The quick foot will go for Manta first.
The most annoying change in the entirety of 6.84, by the way. I can't stand buying ulti orbs in that side shop.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I can't understand why they made the change, but it definitely is really good from a balance perspective. But by the way, Pilot Eye is a soul booster. I can't even begin to imagine Octarine Core on the Shadow Demon, but I'm sure it's great.
That way he could be going for a Bloodstone too, but Octarine Core seems like it'd be better.
I don't think he has mana issues. I think it's mostly just for our cooldown reduction.
Lower cooldown and Disruption could be pretty sick.
Disruption would be like, what, 13, 12 seconds, something like that?
Yep, 12-second cooldown for that, which is obviously great. His ultimate would be like 30-something, 37, I think.
Ball Catcher is like down to 10, 9. New meta, no one has ever bought Bloodstone or Octarine Core on Shadow Demon in a pro game. That's actually very surprising. I mean, I guess, again, you don't have mana issues with a Shadow Demon, so there's no real reason to buy Bloodstone. The Octarine Core makes the most sense. But he needs about 2,000 more gold before he can buy one.
I'm a big fan of Axe. I think Axe is pretty good, but hell, I'm a fan for Octarine Core too. I love seeing this hero, or that item in different heroes, just to see how effective the cooldown reduction can be. Here's a 5-man smoke into Roshan.
Oh boy.
They do have Song to kind of help him.
They might get scouted. Weave was just used for Dazzle, so he can't use it. They might. Oh, Ice Shards, way too nose. He's gonna get caught out. He's got great. He might use it. He'll come Bulba though. Black hole onto 2 from No Tail. Way too's getting low. No Grave. And the Requiem comes out as well. They already kill 1. They get the second as well. The Grave did come out, by the way, onto way 2. Kept him alive for the time being, but he falls immediately afterwards. Requiem blew up Bulba. Good Black Hole Requiem combo, and with that, Roche should be theirs. No buybacks for Bulba. They'll Shadow Poison it up for the time being, just to try to stave this off from Cloud9. It's going to be very difficult. Black can run in. They don't have really that frontline tanker, though.
I think they want to fight. There's no BKB or Black Hole unless...
Song comes out. They're actually going to try to fight this. Maybe they run? Though. They could have finished this off. I'm not sure why they decided against it. Pilot Eye in trouble, however. Walrus Punch, BKB for Black. Great Viper Strike, the ensnare. Black getting low. Split Earth comes out. They'll take down Fatsa. He'll stick up, but the last right click comes in. They get the kill for No Tail. Koifa will be backing away. And V getting Spirit Lanced out. Koifa is going to try to do this best possible. Doppelganger forward, defuse a blade. Envy's gonna Viper Strike, but onto the illusion. No, it's onto the real one. Not that it matters. They do end up keeping him away from the Roche pit. Koifa gets the kill. He's gonna head back into Roche and try to finish this off himself. And then an immediate pause afterwards.
Oh god. Yeah, I thought that was a good decision by Mouse to fight. I think Black waited a little bit on his BKB, took a lot of extra damage. He also didn't Bloodstone Suicide. Definitely could have. There was no way he was getting out of that, and he had time. It wasn't like he was stun locked. So weird plays on both sides, but nonetheless, I think it was the right decision for Mouse to go in there. I think without Cloud9 having BKB, Black Hole, and Song, or not Song, but having those 2 things with Requiem up and ready to go, they're significantly weaker, even if it is a 3v5.
I'm surprised. I thought that was ballsy coming up from Mousesports, but. You saw how fast Black died? Viper Strike has been so good at utilizing piercing BKB and kind of kiting people around, and I think Black is having that issue, currently. Or just anybody that pops BKB, honestly. But... Alright, where do we go from here? We have a pause game. There's a ward on the high ground, so Cloud9 know exactly what's happening, or who's going inside the pit. Wait 2 is respawn. No Tail and Fly are nearby, but nobody seems to be trying to turn on this and trying to stop them from doing it. Koifa is going to get weaved. They have Solar Crest, so Wei 2 will come in. They'll Solar Crest Roche. Koifa need to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. And they'll just finish this off now. And bubbles. Alright.
Yeah, this looks really bad for Cloud9, actually. I think their team their draft is kind of nice. It's fun. But at this stage of the game, their cores are too underfarmed that they have to rely on their wombo combo of the Sleep Black Hole. And yeah, maybe they get a couple kills, but if you have buybacks or if they respawn quickly with Bloodstone charges, without those abilities, they just cannot fight, I don't think. There's just too much more farm on the cores of Mouse. That all comes back to the fact that Shadow Fiend just got destroyed in mid, and then the dieback at 2 minutes didn't help either. That
might have been game losing. I hesitate to use that term.
Might have been.
I really do, but I feel like, and it was no fault of Fatsa, I believe. It was just a mistake.
Well, of course it was a fault by him.
I mean, he
misclicked.
Yeah, all right, but that's a mistake. I can't fault him for that because I've done it myself, and I think everyone's made that mistake.
Yeah, but just because you've done it yourself doesn't mean it's not their fault.
Fine. I'm just trying to be, I don't know. I can understand what happened.
You're trying to be reasonable, I suppose, and see his point of view, but...
Yeah, that sucks. All I'm trying to say is that it sucks. And for Mousesports, they took advantage, and now they are currently winning the game. Have they won it yet? No. They have a 5,000 net worth lead. Game is certainly not over by any stretch. Fatsa could start going ham and suddenly become 6-slotted by the end of the game. Is that plausible? Probably not, but certainly could happen.
I think honestly, this game is winnable if No Tail gets a ton of farm. He's got 200 CS. If he can manage to get like a refresher with a blink, they can win this game. I actually think it's on the back of it, making him getting tons of farm.
Not far off from refresher. He actually has enough money for his second perseverance, pretty much. And then of course the recipe.
He's more farmed than the Viper, so he's doing very, very well for himself.
Envy playing Vipers. I'm so often used to seeing him playing some hard carry. It's really weird seeing him in this position where he's not doing the best in terms of CS. Obviously, it's not. You don't ever expect to be a Viper and then have the most CS at 31 minutes of the game. It just doesn't happen. So he'll do his best to try to defend here, but he's actually going to get Spirit Lance. Get a lot of harass. Quick will take.
Look at his HP and look at his mana. He's almost dead from just illusions.
Not great. gonna have to back away. Tier 2 tower has already been killed. Tier 3 tower, top lane is being destroyed. Bata has to BKB and TP away. He's even gonna get Glimmer Cape. They have no way to stop that. He'll make his way out.
Yeah, this is why I'm actually a little surprised that Naga decided not to go for the core build and like start farming up maybe towards a Radiance and taking this really, really late. Cloud9 love to take it late, right? I guess Sly doesn't play for Cloud9, so maybe he's not used to that, but at the very least, the Blink is going to help set up the Wamo combo. That's what I think it's for. And again, if Enigma gets a refresher, they're not so reliant on God if I don't have this, because they'll have more opportunities.
Fly could scale a lot better into the late game if he went for that core build, but he's just not going for it, as you talked about. And then you look at the Shadow Demon, who's going Octarine core. You look at the Dazzle, who's already got a Solar Crest, and he's been very effective throughout this entire game. Sports are doing a great job. Of course, we already talked about the Enigma and how much he can do in this game. But for Mousesports, it comes down to just them taking a fight here in the next couple minutes and then pushing high ground with it. They certainly can. They have it Aegis. No, wait. Yeah, they do. Okay, Quake for Slash. So I was looking for it. It's like, where is it? Who knows what Quake is going for? I see he's going to try to solo kill Envy, and he is getting pretty close to doing so. Envy survives. About 200 HP. A lot closer than maybe he was hoping for.
He needs some kind of item to prevent him from just getting mauled by these illusions. Like, whether it's a Glimmer Cape from Bone 7 and having him nearby. If he doesn't have that, like, he just takes all of it. You don't want to use a BKB because that's a big charge just to deal with illusions, and that's why, you know, Phantom Lancer's popular right now, is because there's little options outside of, like, a Shadow Blade or, you know, a Forest Staff to deal with these illusions. And the thing is Ghost Scepter's not even a real way to deal with it, because that can be purged off naturally by a Phantom Lancer that's going to go for the item anyway, so.
Yeah, that's the really one good thing about PL on his natural progression, is that what you would usually do against a right clicker won't work in this situation. So, Quake is going to have a great time. Black also having a pretty good time. BKB, he bought bots not too long ago, still was 5 Bloodstone charges. He has his plate mail, which is just casual until he puts up the Shiva's Guard, which who knows when that'll be. Speaking of Quake, he did buy up the Butterfly. He's got that. He's fluttering around with a Haste Rune. And he has Aegis still for, I think, another minute. So they won't take a fight with this Aegis. They might just wait for another Aegis, I think, before they try to push their advantage.
Yeah, this won't be the pushing Aegis. The next one probably will be. Wonder what Bull goes for as well.
Asher? They need to stop, like last game, they need to stop people through BKB. Asher's one way to do that.
Yeah, I mean, Basher could be good.
Maybe his own BKB.
I think he starts to go for an AC on instead, though. I think AC is going to be better for his team.
Indeed. TP doesn't make it out. He will go down this time around. I'll strike Bubble for good measure, but that's a pretty big kill. Top lane now. Highlight Eye in trouble. He'll try to TP away. It looks like he might be able to make out. And it comes in and actually cancels it. Snowball as well. And he'll die to a split kill.
He must have been so close to his Octarine core too.
Yeah,
he's got 2,200 now.
He had 2,500 last time I saw, so yeah. Moppax pointed out, it is enough for a Bloodstone. He had enough for a Bloodstone. There is the Refresh Ore, by the way. That came out very quickly. Last time I checked, he only had one purse. Now he has the entire Refresh Ore completed for no tail. Talked about needing a Blink Dagger, though. He does have Boots of Travel, and they have Song to set up whatever it is they need to set up, but Blink Dagger could be the item that brings it all together.
Yeah, which is not that expensive an item, so I think he can farm it up pretty quickly. It doesn't cost any mana, so he will need all of his mana pretty much to cast all his spells, because you're going to want to throw down a Midnight Pulse. Maybe it's done. That's 300 mana right there. Your ult's another 300, and then you're just not going to have enough to cast all of those with... I think you'll have enough to cast just your ultimates with the Refresher, but you won't have the luxury of casting much else after that. So he has to be a little bit careful about that. Of course, he can Soul Ring twice. But yeah, you have to be a little bit wary of it.
Got it picked up for Cloud9's Flata as well. Alright. Gotta do some work. Double... I mean, if you have a black hole, 2 black holes onto at least 3 people, you're gonna have more than enough time to get kills, so... Or even 2 people. It all comes down to how No Tail can play this, and I get a pretty good feeling.
If he goes for blink and then like an Ags afterwards, I think they take over the game as far as team fight control. The Ags does so much extra damage if you have another midnight pulse down. It kills him so fast.
Yeah, that is a significant chunk of damage. We rarely see it too. I feel like in a lot of Enigma games, either because they choose not to go for the item, or because there are better options, or just because the game doesn't go long enough. I'm a big fan of Ags.
It's usually just because you always usually get your mech, KB, your blink, pressure.
Yeah. Maybe even Bloodstone if you're feeling lucky, or if you're puppy.
Yeah.
I don't know if have they been doing that since 6.84? Like the Bloodstone.
I haven't seen it much. No.
That was like something we saw at the beginning of this tournament. It's a crazy thing, by the way. Half this tournament was like on 6.83.
Oh, Envy's in turn. Oh, yeah. No Basher.
Oh, Basher.
But
oh, go ahead.
no, the Enigma's items are just are also just depending on the heroes he's playing. Like, for instance, there was like a Beastmaster or a Lich. I don't think he goes for this build at all. It's just because there's no to cancel his whole.
Yeah, that is. And again, the problem is that even if you get an Abyssal, that wouldn't do anything because you're gonna get Black Hole if you walk in. So there's nothing they could do to stop a Black coming out from the, which is so much room to work with. The Octarine is now done for the Shadow Demon. You don't see that too often to have the luxury. Oh, the Shadow Poison cooldown is. There's a lot of numbers showing at the end of that. 2.0625. That's pretty nice.
And he gets healed up too. I always forget about that aspect of the item.
Yeah. So you were right. 37-second demonic purge cooldown, 10-second Soul Catcher cooldown, and then what? Disruptions like.
You actually can't
12.
see it because it's off the screen.
Yeah,
but it's
too
like
many numbers. No, Bulba did go for the BKB. He has almost the full BKB done. And Roche is up in about 20 to 30 seconds, I believe. Going to be huge. That might be the pushing one. Pressure Black Hole available. He did go for a point booster, so he's going straight into the Ags instead of going for that early Blink Tag or that Blink Tag that we were talking about. They're going to smoke up. They're going to head to Roche. And what better place to take a fight with an Enigma than at Roshan?
Alright, here they go. Yeah, it's kind of like you're forcing them to fight you if we go for Roshan. I imagine they just sit here and wait.
I hope so.
It is going to respawn here in a second.
Gonna go. They're gonna.
Oh, that Sigil's going to be scouted out by that ward there. I think if it runs up, I don't know if it was.
They didn't see it.
Okay. Oh my God, this is going so fast.
Yeah, this is gonna be a Roche, no problem. Even if Mouz were to head into the pit now, it's going to come out. It's just their Aegis and Cheese as well. Cheese is picked up for no-tell. I can't think of a better person to have it.
Yeah.
Dropped. I don't know what he dropped.
Ooh, he is going for a point booster. I wonder if he goes Ags. I think Ags is better than Bloodstone in this kind of game, especially up against the Bristleback. The Midnight Pulse is just is so valuable.
No-tell takes about half HP and damage coming in from Resolution. Top 2-3 tower. They find it, by the way, and I think was gonna go. He has no doppelganger. He uses it, and now we'll TP up to the high ground. Or rather, get to the high ground and TP. Oh, this song comes out of the last second for Fly. And Quickfor will not make it. It looks like he could doppelganger, he mantas, and then he doppelgangers to the low ground. They've all stuck him up there, but the ice shards will come in and get the kill. So that they wasted a little bit more time than maybe they wanted to. They used a couple of abilities. It is still a level 2 song, by the way, so time wasted, but he's down for 70 seconds.
I think if he did the other order of it and just doppelgangered and then manted, he maybe has a better chance of living. But yeah, easily played there by Fly. He's got to be progressing into something else. Yeah, he actually has the Solar Crest himself. Blink onto bottom. Bulba, he's taking some damage.
Gonna try to TP. Yeah, there's a Black Hole. I expected to see that. Bulba's gonna get solo hold and killed up. Now if this came out afterwards. There's only one Black Hole remaining. He could refresh it now if he wants to.
He might as well. I get a fight in 180 seconds? He probably are. Alright, he's holding off on it.
Way 2 is gonna try to TP home. It just barely makes it. The poison damage not there as the grave is now done. He'll survive. Their tower, however, won't.
Every single time I see someone TP like that and you can't cancel it, it just brings me back to that Ice play where he dropped his arcanes.
Middle tower is under attack.
That was so funny.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Love that play. was a long time ago, too. Lightning Storm comes out, pulsing over from Black. Try to clear up the creep wave. No Bulba for 30 seconds. And suddenly, Mousesports are there on the defensive here. They were leading the entire way. And
oh,
they're still okay, but...
He went for BKB on Bristol. I think AC would have been pretty good. There's, like I said, there's so many things that go through BKB this game. Almost everything. Viper Strike, Black Hole, the Night Pulse, all of pretty much Tusk spells except for his 2 main nukes. Naga Siren's Snare. There's a plethora of abilities that go through it.
Lincoln's won't save me this game either. Although, they'll help, but against Black Hole, no. There's no tail finish at the Aghanim Scepter is the question. He got about 1,000 gold before he has to answer. Smoke up from Mousesports. They have all 5 heroes with the exception of Black, who will rotate over and maybe join the fight as well. They're going to look for maybe No-Tail, who's down in the bottom lane. Pretty easy target there. He has no Blink Dagger either. He could BKB and try to TP, but the damage will be immense. The Quake will start things up with the Spirit Lance. He will BKB. He'll try to TP out. Doppelganger's going to go through. Soul Catcher.
Oh,
he barely makes it. Oh my god. I thought damage, as I said, would be immense, but not immense enough that he would actually survive. So.
Oh my god, that was so fast. Nice try, though. You know, he could also go for a Doctoring Core to heavily reduce the cooldown of his Black Hole.
Ooh,
it's also going to reduce the cooldown of your Refresher Orb, your BKB, your bots, everything. I can't... Actually, that'd be really legit, too, so either or. I hope he goes for that or the Ashes of the Bloodstone, because I think both are better.
Black in trouble. Glimmer Cape. They were scared. They did not know who was up top. Gotti is picked up for Koikba. It's not looking as, you know, cut and dry as I thought it was. And you made the point earlier. I was talking about Koikba in the late game. I was talking about Black in the late game. But I kind of... I did not take into account how much work this Black Hole would do in the positioning. The game is certainly not as cut and dry as I made it out to be.
Yeah. I do think it's a little bit interesting that he's not going for Blink on Enigma. Just because it can't... Oh, you know what? I guess they have the song to set it up, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. So I am very curious though what he's gonna do with this point booster. It's gonna be fun to watch that. Anyway,
He's
Viper's
by eggs now.
Envy's caught up a lot in terms of his farm. This is not a hero that comes back. Like, he was behind the Enigma. He was at like barely 10k net worth at the time Enigma was above him, like 11k. He's bounced back actually pretty nicely.
It's not like there's that much room to farm either with the amount of heroes they have and the amount of cores. He did buy Mjolnir, which is pretty good for a ranged hero to farm with. And Poison Attack Mjolnir, the new go-to. Mjolnir, I'm assuming, overrides the Poison Attack whenever the static, the Chain Lightning procs, so... It's not something we see too often. Which, by the way, now we know what he's doing with the point booster. He went Ags for Enigma. So...
Oh, he did? Okay. I like that.
The damage is ridiculous. Which also, you talked about Octarine Core. That's definitely an option later on down the road. Bone 7 will find Black, or vice versa. Black is going to get caught. He pops the BKB, but the Scott is still coming in. He's going to Shivas. He's going to pop the Pulse Nova. Now he's just going to TP away, but instead gets snared up, and he's in trouble. Bulba will take down Bone 7. Black gets braved up. Black Hole will go. Requiem goes. Fox going to work. Black not dead yet. There's another Bulba Hole. Boba is the only one taking the damage to harass, though. Now pops his own BKB. No tail. Eats the cheese. Envy's going to try to TP away. They're getting out. The Song of the Siren going to cover their retreat, and Fly will blink away further. Black even bought back for that. Now down to 4 Bloodstone charges, and both Black Holes down. It is time for Mouse to move directly down mid lane and take a fight.
Interesting. I'm surprised he went for the second Black Hole so immediately right afterwards. The Grave just totally saved the day there. Also, it took him way too long to kill the Leshrac. So nicely played by Way2. Once again, he almost has a 4-staff. And with the buyback on Black, they definitely want to do something here.
Yeah, this could be trouble for Cloud9 without the Black Holes. They'll disrupt Koikba. Highlight Eye jumping in. We get a little bit of lag there. And Koikba's going to head down towards that bottom tier 3 tower. Bulba's going to lead the way. He'll be in the front lines, and they have to use the glyph now. No Requiem, no Black Hole, no Song. Bone 7's up in 2. Envy gets jumped on with Doppelganger, and he just falls to Koikba's Illusion Army. Absolutely wrecks him. Mousesports looking to even the series up. Tied up 1 apiece. Envy's forced to buy back. Fly just gets the Song off cooldown, pops it up. Images are going to go. They drop down the ward as well. Sigil's gonna be super annoying. Bulba gonna take some Scotty harass. Black gets Viper stricken. They're gonna go right for the racks here. Naylor Rex in trouble. No tail forced to pop the BKB. Snowball rolls through a Walrus punch into Bulba. Not nearly enough damage. Doppelganger back. They really want this Rax. Bulba getting slowed up with the Sigil and the Scotty slow. Koikfa the same. Requiem goes. Koikfa getting low. Doppelganger in one. He's in trouble. Gray gets off. Doppelganger to the low ground. They'll cover their retreat as best as possible. Disruption comes out. TP's coming in. Snowball. Football is going to fall. They can't afford for Black to go. Nice shards onto 3. Again, stopping the retreat. Way too might be the martyr here. Blink forward, more lag. Black trying to TP away, might make it. Koikfa gonna man up, and he does get the kill on the Bone Sim, but dies in his own right as well. Turns into a 3-for-1 trade. They don't get the Rax bottom. Melee did take some rest, but not nearly enough. Is that the only one getting a lag there, or?
I was getting it too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, for sure. Really nice defense by Cloud9. They had no black holes at all. They had a BKB maybe once there in that fight for Enigma. I think it was down to the very initial start of it, but they still held, and they held nicely. There's not really that much damage. The melee Rex will regen tiny little bit, like maybe one attack on the ranged. So very nicely played.
That could have been so much worse for Cloud9. Buyback was force round, but that's it.
Yeah, I still think, like, okay, the Mjolnir's fine, and it helped him farm a lot to this point. It's good against the illusions if it does proc, but I still think there's an innate problem with if he gets gone on with illusions, he's got no way to deal with it. It's hard, right? Because you don't want to... A BKB will solve that problem, but it's a kind of a band-aid. It doesn't really help you too much in the entirety of the game. He just needs something. Like, hell, even his own, what's it called? Glimmer Cape, or some way to deal with these illusions from killing him, because it's just free. They don't really have to spend anything to kill him.
I think a Glimmer Cape on would not fix the issue, but it would definitely allow him to be more effective in these fights. Honestly, really all he needs to do is get a couple of Viper Strikes off. If he gets got on, pop your Glimmer Cape, get out of it, then just try to right-click your way to victory.
Yeah, or maybe even a Force Staff on one of his supports. Like either Enigma or someone to just
that's
get
actually
him
a really
away.
good point, because that's what they're missing.
Yeah. I think Fly actually finally wants to go towards a core position at 50 minutes now, because he's saved up 3,500.
What do you buy?
We could see that Radiance coming out.
Yeah. That's definitely a possibility. Radiance is right around the corner if he wants to get that frickin' 3,800 Sacred Relic. They're gonna head right into Road again, and they're gonna find it. We've seen this play before from Cloud9. And they're gonna drop it within seconds. Solar Crest is gonna come out. There's an award up, but Bowser not in a position to defend this. Who's gonna get the Aegis? Looks like Envy? No. It's gonna be Fatsa picking it up. Pretty nice.
She's for Envy.
There is a... Look at the Roche Pit, man. There's a party in here. 3 TP scrolls, a stick, and a freaking Glowing Blade. Dropped everything.
This Tusk is so farming, man. Bone7's had a really great game. 9, 4, and 12. He's got tons of negative armor. He's also got armor for his team too with the Assault, and just healing him up with Glimmer Cape. Or not healing him up with Glimmer Cape, but preventing lots of magic damage.
The last fight down to that bottom lane, the Ice Shards and Sigil were so huge.
Oh yeah.
The Sigil specifically stopped a lot of damage from coming out, and also made sure that they couldn't quite retreat. And the same could be said for the Ice Shards. For Cloud9, Bone7 is sad. Like you said, heck of a game. He'll continue to do so. If we're at 50 minutes in. This one does not feel like a 50-minute game. Nor did the last one. The last one, however, kind of just dragged out. But game, Cloud9 looking to finish it off. Take it a 2-0 series victory. Mousesports, they're just looking at even the series up and go to game 3. They still have that chance. There's a Heart of Tarrasque for Black. That is not an everyday item you see on a Leshrac. But it works.
Yeah, usually at this stage of the game, I see most Leshracs go for like a sheep as like a final item or something.
Yeah.
So I guess he's going to be very, very tanky, hard to kill. But the problem with this is that the Midnight Pulse doesn't really care about that too much. Because it's percentage based, right?
Yes.
So that's kind of a little bit of a curious pickup there for Black. We'll see if it comes into play, or we'll see if it bites him in the ass if they can get some really good setups on a Black Hole plus Midnight Pulse.
I think if you're Mousesports, you just try to find any way that you can kill No Tail at this stage of the game. The problem is he'll have buyback and bots, unless he buys something. He is almost enough for an Octarine, which I imagine will be his next item. 6th part on Leshrac in 1,700 pro games. I'm going to keep your mind on.
I do think it's very, especially at this stage of the game, as No-Tail is actually going to go for Shivas instead. I do find it a little bit strange he's not going for the blink. He's actually going to bot.
Bulba, BKB's up, the snare comes out, and Midnight Pulse as well. No-Tail gonna go for the black hole. Bot's coming in from the Mousesports side. Black's gonna get caught as well. Refresh is about to come through as well. Requiem on the backside. Something else is happening. Fox trying to speed away. We'll lose the ages, but that's it. On the other side, another black hole. Black, the only one to survive through this one. Bulba does end up falling. Bone 7 about to go down. Disruption comes through. Song comes out as well. They really want this kill. Glimmer Cape goes, but it's not enough. They'll lose the God, the freaking Tusk. I almost said Walrus there. Pilot out looking for a purge. Rather Disruption. He'll find it. Soul Kitchen comes out. Botsa gets blocked in, and he doesn't have Aegis. He's going to fall. He will have buyback, but that's 2 black holes expended. They do have to defend tier 3 mid. Black will TP back home. Pulse Nova up. Clear out the creep wave. Meanwhile, on the backside, Envy as well as No-Tail nearby. Kind of making sure everything's going okay. No-Tail has a Invis room. No gem up, though, so they can't really scout him out.
I feel like No-Tail's just so eager to cast these black holes that they're not being too effective. Like, I don't think they're getting enough out of him just locking down a Bristleback. Typically at this stage of the game, especially when Bristle's not that far, he really is not that scary. You just ignore him and you just let him be. So it's kind of interesting to the fact that they're actually pursuing him and using all of these very, very large cooldowns onto him, when I think they could be better served on like the PL at least, or even the supports, honestly, I think do a little bit more than Bulba does. I
think the biggest thing is they have to catch way 2 or Pilot Eye, because then a defensive disruption comes out or a grave. It's the nature of their heroes. I think they have a very defensive lineup.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Hard. It's not an easy game for No-Tail by any stretch. They need a big black hole. We can maybe help that fact. Range Rax, bottom lane is going to get hot, but good song. Black is very tanky. They both have hearts. Koikfa has a Scotty and heart. He's got about 3.6k HP. Black has 3.7. Divas will go. Range Rax top lane, or rather bottom lane, still holding. Barely. Weave comes in onto 3 heroes. Lightning Storm trying to just push this out, and Koikfa is going to go right to work on the Nail Rax. This is very hard. They don't want to buy back on Fata, and B's going to go to work on Black. They'll lose the Rax, though, and that's what they came for. Defensive disruption. We get a little bit of lag again. Black's still trying to walk out. No-Tail is going to go ahead and Alphys. There's the Ice Shard coming through onto Black to stop him from moving any further forward, but mission accomplished. They didn't lose a hero, man. This is maybe the beginning of the end of this game, as Mousesports, they take their first Rax.
Looks like Mouse's whole idea is just tank up and outlast them. Outlast their big combos of the black hole and whatnot.
Seems to be working.
It seems to be working, yeah. If they don't have those black hole combos onto very important heroes, or if they don't kill them fast enough, then it doesn't matter.
Blink, jump in. No-Tail doesn't have black hole, but going right to Black. Does pop the Midnight Pulse. He's taking a lot of damage from it as well. Gets slowed up. The Ice Sigil following him. They're going to try to right-click it down. That annoying Vici symbol. Doing some serious work this game, but isn't enough. Koikfa walks in, and Vici's dying to the illusion. Snowball will go, and it's going to be on illusion. Another song comes out. Bulba getting kited, now ensnared up. Walrus punch. They might lose him again. Great from Wave 2. Now the black hole comes out. Onto Koikfa, but the immediate split earth. Big Daddy didn't have his BKB. It gets canceled instantaneously. Koikfa doppelganging forward, looking for more. Instead, turns his attention to get out. Gets black holed again. There's the refresher. Split earth is there, but it's again a bit too late. Koikfa, however, so damn tanky. Regens up, goes right to work. Takes down 1, takes down 2, takes down 3. Gets the triple kill, forces out the buyback. They might just leave now. Koikfa getting low. Midnight Pulse, and the tower, will it kill him? Is at 86 HP. Doppelganger's to the high ground. Bone 7 getting turned on by Black. He pops his BKB, but he goes down. The race from Fox getting the double kill. Now Fly looking for the ensnare. He'll find it. Maybe not the best fight to go. Koikfa's gonna just man up onto Fox here, rather onto Fly. Diffusel's up, might get this kill. Can't even get the kill. Fox has to back away. Koikfa's just too damn strong at this point, and now Bone 7 is gonna come in, buyback, come in from Black. He's gonna bots into Koikfa. Bone 7 will go down, gets diffuseled up. Now Fata in trouble, and this might just be it. Fata just bought back. He'll go down. Another triple kill for Koikfa. Buyback coming in from No-Tail, doesn't have a single black hole to use. That heart has already paid off, as they'll just take the next tier 3 and more than likely triumph the game at this point.
Yeah, Fly had to buy back. He had enough for his full Radiance before he died, by the way. He pulled up like 5,500 gold. He just couldn't get to the side shop to get the relic. No-Tail's trying to do whatever he can. He does have a BKB to save himself if he needs it, which he's going to have to use right now. The song comes out too with the BKB. Unfortunately, they had to waste that there. His BKB, I mean. Trying to stop the bleeding a little bit, but yeah, a lot of things going wrong here for Cloud9, but it's also some interesting decisions at the same time. Very nicely played from Mouz, and I think their whole idea, like I said, of just outlasting them and being as tanky as possible and avoid, like, making sure they don't die through the big combo, then they're totally fine. It is going to be a GG, so we're going to a game 330 to 30 kills here at the 57-minute mark.
That seems to be what we'll end with as well. Really well played from Mousesports. Fantastic draft. Cloud9 played well. Some good black holes. But it just wasn't meant to be. They didn't transition. They did not transition fly into a core, which might have been their saving grace this game. And we could argue at length about some of the decisions Cloud9 made, but I think Mousesports played that game exactly how they needed to play it.